You guys, I don't even know where to begin with this one. My head hurts and this whole thing is so extremely frustrating. Just prepare yourselves because I'm sure you're going to feel the same way I do after you watch this video. And that is frustrated. I'm going to try and create a timeline of events to make things easier to follow because we are talking about the fact that Catherine Mcbroom, yes, is responding to Shyla Walker, and the H family doesn't usually address things. So the fact that Catherine got on camera to talk about something, I mean, first of all, it's not a good look for her, but we're going to get into it. So let's start from the very beginning. Last September, Shyla came out with a video detailing her split with Landon Mcbroom. She described him and his family as something that she was fearful of and alleged that he had hurt her and she had been in this traumatic, toxic relationship with him. She had accused Landon and his mom of even trying to take money from her at one point, and she included text messages and videos in the video that she posted.
I need help.
You need help.
No, I'm
You're
not being
such a
funny.
liar. You're trying to manipulate me. On the messages. I literally have to record this because I don't believe you. I saw your mom going through my bank information.
Landon, I'm trying to leave. Like, you can call me crazy, you can call me, I'm sure I'm f***ed up right now, dude. I just went through the worst thing in my life. Like, I cannot trust you. I want to be able to trust you with our daughter. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm scared you're going to take her and, like, try to keep her there and try to say, like, I'm crazy. Like, I'm terrified of that. Like, I don't want you to take my daughter. Like, she is literally all I have. Like,
She felt as though Landon and his family were sneaky, manipulative, and felt like they would pull something to make it look like she was a crazy person and somehow get her daughter taken away from her.
Believe me, right now, yeah, Mama, we're sitting parked right now in the car because I'm fearful to go home. I believe they're trying to kidnap my daughter. Proof of them gaslighting, trying to tell the whole world I'm crazy and trying to convince other people. They've stolen. Landon and his mom have stolen, and like, I'm literally out here in my house shoes. Like, I just left with her. Like, I'm terrified they're gonna take my baby, and I'm not crazy.
In a video reply from Landon last year, he said everything Shyla said was a lie and she was manipulating everyone and tried to show footage where she was upset in an attempt to make her seem crazy.
you don't get to change your own mind. Don't.
Crazy.
You literally are psychotic.
Don't.
I'm done.
Shyla, don't.
I'm done.
Sit down. You need to get this done. Sit down.
Calling my
Shyla.
attorney? No.
Shyla, sit
No.
down. Sit down.
No. No.
Emotions in check.
So,
Okay, so I'm getting that head. Alright,
here, finish this conversation.
No, I don't want you to sit next
No,
to
I
her.
don't care what you want.
No.
Shyla, she's not doing anything at this point. She's only giving facts. Shyla, you need to calm down.
Landon and Shyla had met up with both of their moms to sit down and have a meeting to talk about their breakup and who would get what after the breakup. Landon was accused by viewers after watching this video of having set up a spy camera and wearing a microphone because throughout the video, he was showing footage of this meeting between him and Shyla. The camera was in the corner and he was so calm in the video, and people believed that the reason why he was calm and that he was not really talking that much was because he knew that he was being recorded. So him and his mom were just egging Shyla on, hoping to rile her up to get a reaction and probably use that as some sort of threat to make her stay quiet because they have this footage of her acting crazy. Which, when it comes to a breakup, assets, a child, people felt like, of course, she was going to be upset. Once this major back and forth had kind of settled, nothing further was really said. Shyla stayed quiet on social media and Landon continued to post. He makes videos frequently on his YouTube channel that he has by himself, and it's clearly represented on his channel. Shyla hasn't posted a video since January when she made a mini series to promote her new athleisure brand that she created, and she only has 3 videos on her YouTube channel. Now, after all this time has passed, back and forth has happened again. I made a video a couple days ago saying that Shyla went off on Landon recently on her Instagram story, which is very unlike her because she doesn't really address anything. She's not really on social media. But recently, she made a post because she needed to vent about the fact that she had planned this whole Disney VIP trip for their daughter's birthday. It was going to be her first time going to Disney. She was going to include Landon in those plans, but he really made her upset when he went behind her back and took their daughter to Disney. She got mad, so she vented about it. went off on him on Instagram. Then a couple days later, she got mad because Austin Mcbroom posted a video that showed Shyla and Landon's daughter. And Shyla doesn't like their daughter being online. She doesn't like her face being shown. She regrets that whole time in her life where they were a family channel. So she posted that she replied to Austin saying that she was very upset. Don't use my daughter for clout. Claiming that Austin and Catherine had 3 kids for money. She also said that he was a cheater. Said Catherine knows that he's a cheater. Says that they're broke. Said that they had their 3rd baby through IVF to make sure it was a boy. Claimed that Austin tried to put a hit out on someone. Insinuated that him and his dad get together and meet up with girls, and that their mom knows and supports it. She later revealed a few days later that her mom had received threats via text messages, and it was from a number that I'm going to blur. She had it in the screenshot, but the message read, this is somebody to her mother saying, let's do the thing where we stop talking about this family and that doesn't concern you. I'm not going to tell you again. You don't want us to post all the footage we have, psycho. Remember, Joseph has it all. Her mom replied, said, I think you sent this to the wrong person, but good to know you were threatening my family. I will make sure to save this and proceed accordingly. In the smaller text, Shyla said, the threats my mother received this morning. At this point, it's safest for me to keep this on the internet. It's scary how far people will take it to keep me silent. It's been years of me being silent. After this, Catherine got on her Instagram story to post a 15-minute rant going off on Shyla, saying she is a complete liar and was going to break down all the lies. She detailed the situation and went completely off, you guys. I'm going to play some of the clips and I am surely going to give you some of my 2 cents because I cannot hold back from watching this and not telling you guys how I feel, because these things are crazy that are being said. And so this is going to now turn into some sort of like reaction video. I'm just going to give you the warning.
I want to get on here and talk to you guys about Shyla and what she's been saying, and the lies that she's been spreading. And I find that like in life, there's like a way of handling things, and then there's a way that you go about things, and you get the consequences. And I feel like
I'm going to pause right here and say that this is very interesting for her to say when I just read all these documents from a lawsuit that she's in because she's being sued again by her skincare company. And also very interesting for her to say after Austin just got exposed for having lost a lawsuit that he did not show up to court for. But let's get back to what Catherine was saying about Shyla.
when she had said all these like negative, dark lies about my family, I was thinking about it and I was like, wow, like I actually pray for this person. Like I do silent prayers all the time.
It's responses like these that give me the vibe of somebody that is losing an argument and has nothing better to say than sweetie, in a super condescending way. But anyway,
It's showing, and she's like telling on herself, like she's showing her true colors, and it's like, it's so obvious. So to get straight to the point, the other night Austin went to the gym like he always does. He's in camp right now, so he's training for a fight, and he made this very innocent video of going towards our son and Shyla's daughter, Solene, who's his niece, Austin's niece. And she was kind of in the background, you couldn't really see her. She's kind of like to the side, and then he kind of focuses on our son, and very cute, like innocent video. So Shyla, respectfully, being the hawk that she is, watching every single one of our stories and our videos and trying to find an opportunity to speak on our name and continuously disrespect us and slander us and say these really hurtful and untruthful things, she goes on the internet and starts to claim that my husband tried to kill somebody, and that I had IVF treatment for my 3rd pregnancy, which are all untrue things. There's a couple more things that are just untrue. I don't even remember what she said.
oh, Catherine, I'm sure you remember what she said. She said that Austin was a cheater, and she said a bunch of other things about Austin and his dad and things that they do. And oh my goodness, I know that you just don't forget those types of things that are said about you and your family. Like, you don't forget about those things. Something I will say is that Catherine calling Shyla a hawk, she is a mom who doesn't trust the father of her child. And how would that be a shock to think that she would be checking up on the people that are around her baby? Also, Shyla does have a following. People follow her. She probably didn't even have to look at Austin's story. People were probably in her DMs like telling her that Austin had posted their daughter because because everybody online that follows her knows that she's been very vocal about not wanting her daughter to be on the internet. And honestly, Shyla has not really talked about Austin and Catherine really at all until now. She's maybe said some like shady, like subliminal things that could insinuate she's talking about the Ace family, but she has never directly spoken about their whole dynamic, really. And I really don't want to be like this whole Shyla is telling the 100% truth and Catherine is a 100% liar, but I definitely think that Catherine coming out and trying to paint Shyla as the ultimate #1 villain, coming after her family like she's some clout chaser, all this stuff. Like, look at Shyla's YouTube channel, look at Landon's. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that she probably could be clout chasing if she wanted to. If she wanted a bunch of money, if she wanted a bunch of followers, if she wanted the clout, she could put her baby in the video, make a bunch of mommy videos, and make a lot of money. She could be making videos about the Ace family all the freaking time if she wanted to. She could be talking about Landon if she wanted to, but she chooses not to make YouTube videos. She chooses to really not be online. So for Catherine to try to paint her in this clout chasing type of way, if Shyla was this major clout chasing liar who didn't care about anything or morals or any of that, I'm pretty sure she would post way more than just 3 videos in the last year and a half.
She claims that her daughter is being used for clout. All right, so let's discuss this. Shyla, I don't know if you know what clout is.
And I don't think you understand what she was saying. She's saying she doesn't want her daughter to be used for clout. That's exactly what this family has done with their own kids, and she's saying that she does not want that done with her daughter because Landon would absolutely, if she gave him permission to post their daughter, would put her in these videos because he already tries his best to keep her in his YouTube videos, just like not showing her face. It's very clear she is in the thumbnail of a lot of his videos, and she is the basis of most of the titles.
And all of a sudden, when your relationship ended, when Landon broke up with you, you decided that because it wasn't in your favor anymore, that you decide that, you know, your daughter is clout now, which doesn't make any sense. Family is family, and I'm sorry if like that's how you see it through your goggles, like that it's being clout, but it's just it is what it is. Like, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If Celine is never a part of our family, if she's not at our party and hanging out with our cousins and going to the beach with us and having a good time and growing up with us and learning and growing, then you would say 5 years from now that, oh, they never loved her, they never care, nobody cares. And that's one of the reasons why we're so successful, is because we put family first, and that's been the kind of people that we've been and transmitted for a long time. And so for you to use that word, it's very hurtful, because it's the very opposite of clout. If anything, you're creating attention for clout.
Once again, I'll say, if Shyla really wanted clout off of this family, she would have exposed them long ago. She would have made a ton of videos about them, 100%. I don't know how their relationship began. I don't know how she was with Landon in their relationship in terms of, you know, wanting to be on the YouTube channel, the association with the Ace family, the followers, all that stuff. She did have a family channel for a while. Yes, she did. She participated in those videos, but then she said she regretted it. She didn't want to do it anymore. She had this realization. But as of right now, like in this day, she could be clout chasing off of their drama, but she's not. That's very clear.
You're telling the world that you don't want your daughter on the internet anymore, that you've grown, that, you know, you don't like that, which I have complete respect for. I feel like that's a beautiful thing if that's what you decide you want to do. But you're also very contradicting.
Then Catherine wants to bring up the whole IVF comment, which, if you guys don't remember, when she was mad about Austin posting the story of her daughter, she posted and said, yes, they had number 3 via IVF to make sure it was a boy. She wasn't saying they had IVF, sucks for them, shaming people that do IVF. No, she was literally only saying that the only reason why they did IVF was to make sure that they had a son, because they had 2 girls and Austin really wanted a boy, and they wanted to make sure it was going to be a boy, so they did in vitro fertilization and picked the gender. She did not shame women who have infertility or anything like that. She was simply alleging that the Ace family was not honest in filming a gender reveal and being surprised and all shocked, and Catherine saying that she went to the psychic and the universe was telling her that it was a boy and she just knew, she like had a feeling and all this stuff. But in this video, Catherine was trying to make it seem like Shyla was shaming women who go through IVF and saying that she did not go through IVF to pick the gender.
You say some lies and you say that I had IVF treatment for my 3rd child to have a boy, and that's 1000% not true. I know if you believe in God, if you pray to God, but God, right? Like, that's the reason why I have my children. I was able to conceive 3 children. I wanted them back to back. Where that came from, I don't get the purpose of it. I can't grasp it. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't know. But what I will say is I find it very disrespectful to women all around the world who literally cannot conceive a child on their own, and they have to do treatments like IVF. And I find that IVF is like, what a blessing to be able to have such a thing. And although I didn't go that route, it's just very odd to me that you would say something like that, like as if like, what, are you trying to offend me? Like, that's like a bad thing.
Then Catherine gets into the whole conversation about the Ace family and them being broke, and Shyla continuing this rumor that, you know, Catherine is saying the haters made up and the internet made up, and she had some words.
I bring this one up, but you said you claim that our family is broke. So that's like one of like the famous like narratives that the internet loves to talk about. I get that money is your number one motivator. It's all you talk about. It's all you think about. It's literally like it was all that your relationship was about. I get it that, you know, towards the end, that's all you cared about. And I'm not even going to go into details because really, like, this is none of my business. But the truth is that if you don't understand what money truly is, you will never make money, because money is an energy exchange and it comes in like waves. Okay? And that's what we are. We are energy. So it's what you do. It's how you get it. It's how you react. It's how you learn from it. And it's so far away the narrative is so far away from who we are, and it's because we've given back so much and we do so much for people and we help people all the time. I help my family all the time. And so I don't know, it's just like the thing about money is just weird. Like, why are you even talking about that?
I just feel like she should have skipped this one and not commented on this one, because the Ace family's house literally got foreclosed on. I mean, money is an energy exchange. Like, what? You give back, like, all. I am just like, what? And also, her saying Shyla is all about the money, like I said, Shyla could be racking it in if she was posting all this stuff like on YouTube, but she's not. As much as like people on the internet do not know every single detail about these people's lives, I think the internet as the audience to anyone can tell whether somebody is being genuine or if somebody is clearly doing something because it is their job and they're doing it for clout, they're doing it for money. Like, it's very clear if somebody is promoting a product because they, you know, are being paid for it and they don't really like it, and genuinely promoting something that they love. And in this case, it's like, yeah, Shyla could be racking in the money if she was talking about the Ace family, but she doesn't want to do that. So for Catherine to say that she's all about the money, she's all about the checks, I'm not really seeing those character traits right now. Like, maybe she once was like really all about money and having like a lot of things, but if she truly had like zero integrity, was only looking at dollar signs, didn't care about anybody, would push anybody out of the way, talk about anybody in order to get money, she would show us that. Then she responds to the comment that Shyla made when she said, oh, and how you tried to have security and Cole, what's his name, when that video came out. And it is the video of Cole Kerrigan accusing Austin and his father of just horrible acts. And Shyla was saying that after Cole made that video, Austin basically put a hit out on Cole, and so that was what she was alleging. And Catherine was like, no.
Then you proceed and you say that Austin, my husband, has tried to kill somebody. And that really pissed me off, because that is so far from what Austin is and how he would ever speak and react. And you literally have no idea who my husband is. You've never known us like that. And for you to just like say something so dark and evil is really scary.
What's also really scary is that Catherine just said that Shyla does not know Austin and Catherine this way. So you're telling me, Catherine, that you don't know Shyla that way then. So why do you feel like you can tell her what happened between her and Landon behind closed doors? Because then she begins to victim shame and say that nothing ever happened to Shyla the way that she said it did. She also then begins defending Landon, saying he's a really great guy, and saying, you know, how dare Shyla say she was ever abused? Like, that's just ridiculous. Like, what? And then she said she's a girl's girl. You guys, she said she's a girl's girl and then proceeds to say that.
Truth is that, Shyla, you know that you've been carrying this lie about Landon being abusive, and you know that that's not true. And you gotta let that go. You have an amazing father to your daughter, and you need to start like accepting that this is your reality and that you created it, because this is all done by you. And accept that, you know, things didn't go how you wanted. You were so happy when Landon got cancer. You were the happiest you'd ever been. Everyone said it. There's so many witnesses. And that's the reason why he didn't want to be with you. And because it messed with your money and what you were doing, you got really upset. And that's why you created this false narrative.
I'm gonna chime in and say that sounds really effed up to be excited that someone has cancer. Shyla did detail what happened between her and Landon from her perspective when he got cancer in the video that she made last year, coming out and talking about everything that had gone on between him and her and the family. So I'm just gonna throw in some of those clips, but I mean, yeah, what am I gonna say? That sounds effed up.
Right before he got diagnosed with cancer, I wanted to get out of that relationship. I just knew it wasn't good. I stayed because I thought that was, going to be his second chance at life, and he was going to be a new person. And previous to cancer, he was not there for me. He didn't really take care of our child for a long time. From literally the day after our daughter was born, she was born on the 19th, I was still in the hospital, and he had left, and he was gone for hours. I'm like, where are you? What are you doing? Where are you? Where are you? And he basically says, like, I told you I'm coming back later, and that's when I realized, like, okay, he's not gonna be that person for me. So he gets diagnosed with cancer. I'm taking care of him independently while caring for a newborn independently. And I was carrying all the weight around previous to him getting sick. I was doing everything from 100% baby to most of the work, handling all the bills, all the finances, doing all the housework, all the laundry, everything for the dogs. It was a really hard time for me. I'm gonna be honest, I was a bit resentful, and I was starting to really dislike him as a person.
Now let's talk about Catherine thinking that she's a girl's girl while saying what she's about to say.
And one thing about me is that I'm a girl's girl. So I support women, I advocate for women, I help women on a daily basis. Like, I'm all about women empowerment, and that's my vibe. That's who I am. But I also know that there can be a lot of darkness to women, and some women take advantage of very innocent men, and they use their power to get what they want. And I think that it's very unfair what you've been doing, Landon, and you need to stop. I'm not saying Landon's like a saint, like he's the most perfect person in the world and he has got nothing to work on. The truth is that you've really taken this out of line, and it needs to stop. Sorry, but your character has been shown for many years, and it's very obvious what kind of person you are. And for you to make a video and claim that you were abused, and for the whole character to go out the window, to be dismissed because you claim that you were being abused. Meanwhile, everybody knows that it's not true. You could see it, right? You're literally taking advantage of very vulnerable women who have literally been abused. You're diminishing a woman's abuse. Like, you don't know what it's like to be in a kitchen, like, just doing and your husband walks in and slaps you across the face with a pan for no reason. Like, you don't know how it feels to go through that.
Now I need to rant, because what is she saying? Does she only think that abuse comes from one way, physically? Like, there are many different forms of it, and this is all around bad. This is not a good look for her to be saying stuff defending Landon when she was not in their home. She did not witness what was going on between the two of them. She has a whole family of her own, a whole life. And she says previously that she and Austin were not really, they didn't interact with Shyla. So how is she to say, oh, Shyla's 100% lying and everybody knows it? Like, what?
And for you to say that you were abused is so wrong, and it's not okay. And I'm sorry, but you pushed the line, and it's time for this to be out and to be heard.
Catherine then goes on to say, don't talk about their mother-in-law. Austin's mom, Nicole, is like the best, all this stuff. Keep her name out of your mouth. And that she just had to respond because Shyla's been talking about her and her family. And I honestly can't believe that Catherine did this response. I definitely do think that everything she commented on, like, okay, like, Shyla did say what she said and Catherine can respond. But the things that she said about what happened to Shyla and the things that Shyla alleged Landon did to her, for her to completely dismiss everything that Shyla said tells me you're not a girl's girl. It is extremely contradicting for Catherine to say that Shyla is diminishing other women's stories when that is exactly what she's doing right here in this video. And I think that part is the part that I literally had the most problems with, and I really don't think that this was a good look for her, and I can't believe that this is even going on right now. So as of right now, that is what has happened. That's what's been going on. Catherine responding to Shyla. It's insane. And I know this video was so long, but we definitely had to break down everything from the beginning and get all the details in between. And I had a lot to say. This was like basically a reaction video. There is just a lot. So I hope you guys are okay after this whole video, because there's a lot to process, a lot to take in. But I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.